I am once again on deck with Scott Eisenberg, and he is the creator and founder of Swap The Biz, a very unique type of networking. How are you? Good to see you here again.
I'm fantastic. Honestly, it's so great to be back again. Thanks for having me again.
And you spent the day with us on set today. What was your experience like?
I have to tell you, it was amazing. I mean, you have such interesting people, that you bring together. I was floored by some of them. I mean, you name it, they were there. Pilates instructor. I mean, the guy who I love rock and roll, he wrote the song. I mean,
yeah.
That's amazing. Just such a special group of people. And then we did this, I ran a business networking exercise for them, just like we do in our groups. And it was so much fun, and they were laughing, and they were getting to know each other. So it was great to take the people that you bring on here and bring them together out there in the green room. And it was a lot of fun. I loved it.
Now, Swap the Biz, I've been a member now for a couple of years, and I really do like what it is that you bring to the table. You offer facilitated networking experiences, but it's a little different. Can you explain the concept behind Swap the Biz?
Sure. So what kind of makes us different, as you know, and have certainly experienced firsthand, it's about connecting the person. It's about humanizing the networking. It's about relationship development at the forefront, not as a side experience. It's not about learning about your business out of the gate. It's about learning about you as a human being, and it's about peeling back the onion. And everybody, this actually came out of one of our events, and sometimes I mention this. It's a great quote. We talked about memorable quotes or quotes that are motivational for people. And someone said something and had a preamble, but the bottom line of the quote was, everybody has a story to tell, even the homeless. And you know what? It was very thought-provoking, very meaningful, of course, on so many different levels, but very appropriate for what Swap the Biz is, because what are we doing at all of these events when we do these interactive exercises? It's about learning about each other, because everybody has interesting facts and a life full of experiences and fun things. That's how we connect each other. Commonalities, or just they're interesting. And so, that's kind of what makes us different, and all of that makes the relationships and the bonds stronger, which gets us all to the business, and that's why we're expanding. So.
And it's not like we just do business with each other. We do a lot of business with each other, but it's who I know that needs to know that person that I now know on a friendly level.
Yes.
And I can offer that trusted referral source. If I call and I say, hey, Diana, I've got my friend Donna who you need to know, and it just seems it works. It's been working consistently for you. When did you start this? How long ago did you start this now?
So it was a side venture
Okay.
almost 6 years ago.
Wow.
But 3 years ago is when we started the membership platform, actually, that you participate in today. So that's when it became more real, and where I've made it essentially my only business. Has only happened as recently as this year, and I think that's why we're seeing such an acceleration in our growth actually currently.
You're focused.
Yeah, exactly. And, I'm able to give all of my time now to it. That's why we're expanding into other markets. And, it's very exciting. So.
And you're expanding across the United States. So you started out in New York City. You've got lots of great chapters going there.
Yes.
It seems like there's a new chapter starting almost every month, right?
Yes.
Livingston, New Jersey?
Yes, that's another one.
And then you're going up north?
We're going to Westchester.
Westchester,
Is
okay.
coming. We're going to Melville, Long Island. We're already in Lake Success.
3 new groups on Long Island are going to be kicking.
Yeah, so.
You've got one that's focused just on sports, like people in the sports industry. So some are industry specific, some are just for business owners. So you kind of have like these a la carte opportunities where you will find a place for someone if they want to participate.
Yeah, I mean, we're always open to doing new things and interesting things, whatever can make sense. But at the end of the day, it's just a great place for people to get together, develop these rapports, these relationships, these friendships ultimately.
Right.
And then, and now you trust the people, and it's great. It's not only about you and me being able to do business, and, and you and the other members, and, we had several members here on the show today, obviously, which is fantastic. And I love seeing that, because that's also the reward for me. I mean, that's the enjoyment of this. It's the success of everybody here. It's what happens and how I get to watch it develop. You and I have talked about this before, because you get to do that here also. You get to help people. And that's why I think it's such a great match between us in so many ways. And so, as much as, you may be a fan of Swap the Biz, I'm such a fan of yours. So,
Thank you.
Kudos to what you do here. It's amazing.
And I know a little something about your background. you used to be a promoter of clubs and
Yes.
bands and things.
Yes.
And I didn't even get that from a Swap the Biz meeting.
Oh, really?
Another little birdie that's known you for a very long time wanted to just give you a shout out to tell you that it's so extraordinary that how you helped that industry, you're now, turning it into this success for businesses. And so they just said kudos to you. So I see, but I knew something about you. But now this is fun, but this is grown up fun. So that was then. This is now,
correct.
but you're still having an awesome time, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and it does feel like showbiz. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
How can people find out more if they wanted to sign up for a group to find out if it would be a good fit for them?
I mean, obviously, they can reach out. They can go to the website, swapthebiz.com, swapthebiz.com. I say it because otherwise people don't even understand it.
Right.
Or they can call me.
Okay.
Office is 212-683-2107. But happy to give anybody, of course, on your show who you reach. The cell phone's 917-306-6618.
Wow, that's very generous for you to give out that personal. But you know what? There you go. Just say, hey, I'm a friend of Donna Drake's. I'm a viewer. I love Live It Up. And then you could just call Scott and be like, hey, I'm a friend of Donna's. One time somebody said that they wanted to have a hat that said FOD. And I'm like, what's FOD? They're like, friend of Donna Drake's. So they're going to start a whole club of FODs because people be like, oh, I'm a friend of Donna Drake's. I want to do business with you. I'm a friend of Donna Drake's. But now I can joyfully say that I'm a friend of Swap the Biz. So thank you for being here. It was so fun. I know that a lot of people had value out of participating in the Swap the Biz little mini test today.
Yes.
And can you give somebody a good networking tip before we end? What's one good networking tip? You always say something about you don't just hand somebody a card, but you do what with it?
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of when we close out any event, I say, don't make it another stack of business cards. It's easy to go out to events, meet lots of people, and say, wow, I had such success today. I met 1 million new people. But it's what you do with them afterwards. So it's about not only setting the meetings, which you can actually do when you meet the people at the events.
Yeah, bring
for
your
the
calendar.
I mean, like, who doesn't have a phone
Right.
these days, right? But beyond that, it's figuring out ways how you can collaborate. And collaboration is not limited to just introductions. It's how you can do joint things together, share audience, share credibility, do a speaking event and share it on social media. There's so much opportunity today. And I just, I always want people to take advantage of that. So
There you go. We went Facebook Live today too, which was
yes,
a lot
we
of
did.
fun.
That was cool.
All right, thanks for joining us, Scott.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more on Live It Up, bringing you the tips that can influence your life.